those winning numbers are 27, 60, 46, 3, 23, and the gold mega ball is 11. Now, if no one matches all 6 numbers, Tuesday's jackpot could be $100 million. Good luck and have a great night.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 11, the latest in the quadruple homicide in Burke County. Now a victim's family member is speaking out. And Congressman Russell Fry announces his endorsement in the race for the Republican nomination for South Carolina Senate. We'll have the latest as your News at 11 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with new details in that shocking quadruple murder in Burke County over the weekend. The sheriff and lead investigator in the case laying out the timeline of events that led to the shootings. They say it all started August 5th when Adolphus Morris got into an altercation with Betty Fort. They say Walter Bunch and Rebecca Oglesby broke up that altercation. After that, Morris went to a pawn shop in Jenkins County where he bought a gun. A week ago, on August 7th, they say he used that gun to shoot and kill Betty Fort and her daughter, Jessica Carroll. Investigators believe Morris then stole Fort's car and went to a home on Twin Lakes Drive where he shot and killed Walter Bunch and Rebecca Oglesby. That was then on Saturday morning, they say Morris went to a home in Sardis and shot another victim who survived and identified him as the shooter. Morris was then tracked down by deputies and killed in a shootout early Sunday morning.
I want you to know my thoughts and prayers are with the family. Thank you for being here today. And it's also with the officers involved in this awful incident. No one wants to take a life in this line of work, but they are well trained and they were prepared to do what was needed to stop this from happening.
Investigators have also charged Adolphus Morris's sister, Patricia Morris, with hindering the apprehension of a criminal. They say she knew her brother was wanted for shooting the 5th victim and helped him find a place to stay. And tonight, Rebecca Oglesby's daughter says her family finally has some of the answers they were looking for. News Channel 6's Jartavius Edmond reports.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us here today. I want to first acknowledge that our community is grieving for the loss of 4 lives that were taken in an incident that I believe is one of the worst that our county has ever seen.
I've told them that their grandmother was taken by a very bad man and that she loves him so much.
For Brittany, that loss means her 2 sons are growing up without their Nana. And it's the ordinary moments with their grandmother she knows they won't get back.
It has rattled us at our core because my boys loved their grandma. They called her Nana. And they loved going to the country and seeing her chickens. So to know that my little 4-year-old sons will never be able to do that again, and they don't quite yet comprehend that their Nana was taken from them.
Brittany says knowing her mother tried to help Betty Fort in the days before the killings has helped answer some of her questions.
Yes, I believe so at this point, I do. I know my mother was doing the right thing, standing up for a lady that was getting hit by a man. And, you know, that's something my mother struggled with in her past herself, is getting hit with a man. So knowing that she had the courage to stand up for somebody else when she didn't always have to herself means more than anything. I'm so proud of her.
Today, the sheriff's office also had a message for the families.
I want these families to know that you have our full support and that we are here to guide you through anything that we can emotionally, physically, however we need to.
But for Brittany, what comes next also means making sure her mother is remembered for more than how she died.
I just want them to remember my mama as always somebody that tried her best and that was always caring. And she always wanted to listen. She wanted to make sure you knew you were heard, no matter what. I don't want them to remember how her last second was by this person.
In Burke County, Jartavius Edmond, WJBF News Channel 6.
The Sardis Police Department will host a community prayer vigil at 8 o'clock in the morning by the flagpole at T Park. All community members are invited. Organizers say the event's an opportunity for people to come together and pray for healing and comfort. It's time now to take a first look at the weather with our chief meteorologist, Jenna Petracci.
Well, Jenny, we had a beautiful rainbow today right here at Television Park. I caught it on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam. This was around 7 o'clock this evening, and we were just on the outskirts of a severe storm. So we were hearing the thunder at the station, but not much heavy rain here. But we definitely had some really torrential downpours, a lot of lightning, and unfortunately some damage today as well around the Augusta Metro. Here's a look now at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam here at Television Park. It's a quiet night now with all of the rainfall to the south of us, and that is even diminishing. So just some spotty light showers around parts of Jenkins, Screven, and Allendale counties. As for our almanac today, we started out at 72 degrees, then only made it to 94. It certainly felt a lot hotter than that, though, because of the humidity, and some surrounding areas were in the upper 90s and even around 100 degrees. Now we're in the 70s and 80s. Dew points are in the 70s as well, so it's muggy tonight. And tomorrow morning, we will be in the upper 70s to start the day. A few isolated storms possible in the afternoon as we start to heat back up. I'll have more details coming up shortly, but back to you, Jenny.
All right, thanks, Jenna. An arrest tonight in a fentanyl-related death in Edgefield County. Anthony Jimenez is charged with fentanyl-induced homicide. The sheriff's office says his arrest comes after an extensive investigation into a fatal drug-related incident. Sheriff Jody Rowland says more charges could be coming. New developments in Alec Murdoch's murder
The wave continues as we head into the weekend with some afternoon storms possible. I'll have all the details in your full forecast when we return.
Jimmy, what are you doing?
I'm live with Kelly and Mark, weekday mornings at 9 on News Channel 6.
Ready, set, summer with the Honda Summer Event. From the most fuel-efficient full-line automaker in America. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
The Live 5/6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live 5/6.
Welcome back. You're looking at some photos of downed trees today around Edgefield County and Columbia County. One of these photos is from East Wingate Drive. That's in Martinez. Photo was taken by Kristen Burney. Thank you for sharing. And then you can also see over at Murrah Road in Edgefield County, we also had a downed tree that was shared by Erin Anderson. Hope everyone stayed safe today. You can see those storm reports across the Augusta Metro, trees and power lines down. We likely had a downburst with this severe thunderstorm. I know it really just seemed like the bottom fell out very quickly, and that happens a lot with these very moist air masses in the summertime months. So even if it's just a severe storm and not a tornado warning, it's still something to take very seriously. We've had power outages today, definitely seeing some improvement now with only around 600 customers without power in Richmond County. Aiken County looks good. This is our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over there. We're sitting at 77 degrees. It is a mild night, and I have some more cool viewer photos to share with you. These were taken by Thomas Leo Rich III. He lives in Evans, but he was on the east coast of Spain a couple nights ago, and he saw the total solar eclipse, so thank you so much for sharing those. And unfortunately, if you are jealous of that like me, we have to wait 52 years to see a total solar eclipse here in the CSRA. It'll be May 11th of 2078, so be sure to mark your calendars for that. But speaking of the sun, this is what it feels like right now and over the next several days. The CSRA is hot, and it's going to stay that way for our weekend. A steamy setup in store with a ridge of high pressure just taking over, bringing the heat index over 100 degrees. We're also going to continue to see that chance of some showers and storms during the afternoon and evening hours. So pretty much a repeat forecast on Saturday and Sunday. It'll overall be very similar to how it was today as well. So high temperatures between 95 to 99 degrees. Can't even rule out the possibility of some spots hitting 100. And once again, that heat index will be up to 110. So we have a heat advisory in effect for the entire CSRA. So here's your day planner. We're at 93 by noon, feeling like 103. feeling like 109 at 4 p.m. with that temperature of 98 degrees. So really similar all the way through Wednesday, not seeing much changes. On Monday, we'll even get up to around 99. So I do think those heat advisories will continue to get extended. Not much rain to cool us off, but if you do run into a shower or storm, of course, that will lower the temperature in your location. So 30% once again, Saturday and Sunday, down to 20% on Monday and Tuesday. And on Saturday, all of us are under a marginal risk of excessive rainfall, so flooding is possible, and also a marginal risk of severe weather. So here's our feature cast, starting out our day dry tomorrow. Then once we get into the afternoon, it'll look very similar to today. So isolated showers and storms, some frequent lightning in some spots, thunder, gusty winds, and small hail possible. Then starting our Sunday morning dry as well, and then it's just the same thing again. Our feature cast model not showing a whole lot of coverage Sunday afternoon, but I do think we will see a little bit more than what that is showing. So that's what we're tracking for you as we head into the weekend. You can see on our 10-day forecast here that those rain chances will continue to stay around 20 to 30% all of next week as well. High temperatures eventually getting back to near average for this time of the year, but that won't come until around next weekend, Jenny.
All right, thanks so much, Jenna. Coming up, Luigi Mangione back in court today when he pleads guilty.
Dixie Belle Peaches store is now open at I-20 and Riverwatch Parkway. Come in today and get Dixie Belle Peaches, locally grown and fresh from the farm, by the basket or by the carload. You'll also find watermelons, cantaloupes, tomatoes, and Vidalia onions, plus souvenirs and more. And you can top off your visit with ice cream or slushes. So get the family and come to the Dixie Belle Peaches store, located next door to the Waffle House. Take exit 200 off I-20.
When doubts.
Coming up, an epic shot during a solar eclipse. We'll have the story after the break. I was driving.
When a bank gets a new customer, they will email you just a bunch of links and say good luck, and that's just not us. A community banker sees this as a start of a new relationship. So we will come out to your office with a group of business specialists. We train your staff to use all the tools designed to boost financial performance. The bottom line is a community banker is in the trenches with your business every step of the way. I'm Lauren Mansfield, and I would love to be your first community banker.
How one insider gets. Attention viewers, CW6 is now available on YouTube TV. It's never been easier to watch all your favorite CW shows, sports, talk, reality, and so much more. CW6. Watch it today on YouTube TV.
Here is one more look at our 10-day forecast. Saturday and Sunday will both be very similar to the weather today. We're going to be hot and humid again, highs in the upper 90s, heat index up to 110, and still that 30% chance of storms developing across the CSRA. We'll be watching for some severe weather and minor flooding concerns tomorrow as well. Then staying just as hot early next week, 99 on Monday, and that heat and humidity sticks around through the following weekend.
Jenna showed us a picture of the eclipse earlier, and now look at this. You're going to love it. A moment of perfect timing during that total eclipse Wednesday. Spanish Olympic skateboarder Danny Leon pulled off an epic stunt, and as you can see, he launched off a ramp, timing his jump to the exact moment the moon passed in front of the sun. Wow. A camera crew caught it all at the perfect angle from a distance. Leon called it the trick of his life, no doubt.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Wow.
Love it. Have a nice weekend, everybody.
When you get approached from somebody about your commercial roof, you want to make sure that they have the proper license. Because if you let them start that project, in the middle of that project, the county drives by, LLR drives by, they can stop that